Remember the 5th of November of gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten. Welcome everybody, how you doing? We're here at Comic Book 101. I don't know what that intro was. That was a little weird. I don't know where that came from.
You got
I think so. It is. It is the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day, so. And it makes that story, that comic is perfect in the world that's going on today.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes sense. And here we are, we're back at Comic Book 101. I am here. Mark Muncie's still out. He's been really busy lately working on his new book and Eerie Travel, so he's going to be gone for a few more weeks. We wish him well. We can't wait to see him back soon. But we do have, I know right now, Remy on the line with us as well. And
hello.
How you doing, Remy? How's your week been?
My week has been fantastic.
That's awesome.
Healing from a recent shoulder injury, but I got a collection of comics that came in, and I'm pretty stoked about that. I just got my 15 covers of 3 Jokers.
Awesome.
And
have you started reading it yet?
No, I haven't started reading it because I don't want to open them because I just found out how much they're worth, like the collection. So I was like, damn, I'm just gonna frame them, put it on my wall.
Buy one random comic just to read that one.
Yeah. Well, I picked up the collection, like the collected graphic novel thing that's coming out soon. So when that comes out, I'm gonna read that, which is in like 2 weeks.
Then we'll definitely have to do an episode talk about that.
Yes,
that'll be a good one.
Seems like it's a pretty big deal. So it seems like it's Joker's origin.
Ooh, that should be interesting because we really never got a real Joker origin story except in the last movie.
Even that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do an entire episode on that movie,
like
but even that wasn't a clear thing.
Yeah, we've never had a true story of who he was before Joker or anything. So another interesting comic that came out was a fan-written comic that I picked up. Well, came out online, and 3 issues are available right now. It was the Power Rangers vs. Freddy Krueger. And it's a fan-based one. The artwork is amazing in it. But just thinking, how do the Power Rangers fight them? So the whole thing, Bulk and Skull know about Freddy Krueger. They start believing in him. He pops up and starts terrorizing. Then more people start hearing about Freddy. Even Lord Zed finds out about it, and Freddy attacks him. And it gets interesting. At one point, Jason Voorhees pops up.
Oh, that's cool. I want to read this now.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to finish it. I think this fan comic is awesome. I wish it could be a real comic where everybody could go buy it, but it is online. I'll go ahead and post the link later in the chat so everybody can check it out. But it is definitely something. If you like Power Rangers, Freddy Krueger, it's definitely something to check out. And so let's go ahead and start.
Awesome. And a perfect way to go out of Halloween.
Yeah. I wish I knew about it last week, and I just found out about it. One of my friends I play Among Us with found out I'm a huge Power Ranger fan, and he linked it in the chat for me. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. I'm like, this is perfect. I would love that to be even a movie. So how was your Halloween, by the way? How did your shows go?
Oh, Halloween was great. I got dressed up as a pirate, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the other thing I dressed up as was. They just kind of gave me some clothing. They're like, you look good in all black and some white face paint. Go have fun. So that was pretty much what I did. Got to do some real fun performing, real cool people. Got to see some fun costumes. I saw a couple that went as Mario and Princess Peach.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. 2 different people. So this was funny. One guy went as like a shower. And the girl at the table next to him that was not part of the same group was a girl getting out of the shower.
Oh my god.
And it was just like really well, like, oh, that was perfect that you guys all sat next to each other like this. Yeah. That's wonderful.
See, when you say someone dressed as a shower, all I can think of is the scene from Karate Kid at the costume party.
Oh, yeah, that was exactly what it was.
Dressed as a shower.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's interesting.
So I don't think he knew that there's a person next to him getting out of the shower.
Yeah.
because like his costume he couldn't see over here.
Oh. See, that would have been perfect for photos right there. My Halloween was pretty lazy. I think we had a trick-or-treater come to the door, but we weren't expecting it, so nobody answered it. So it was nice and peaceful. So I enjoyed it, and I think Ken should be popping on momentarily. But while we wait for Ken, let me go over the housekeeping real quick. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to be a cosplay guest on the show, you can email us at home@comicbook101tv.com, info@comicbook101tv.com. Follow us on all the social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, comicbook101tv.com, and our show supporters, we have Yancey Street Comics, that's right across the hall not across the hall, right up the road from us. And we have Mark Muncie at Erie, Florida. He has a lot of books out there. You can definitely go pick them up and get a little doodle from his wife. Carrie is an amazing artist. Pay a little more, get that, and he'll autograph the book for you and everything. Then let's go ahead and hop in our cosplayer of the week then.
Oh, yay. I love this session.
I love cosplayers. Cosplayers are awesome. So our cosplayer of the week, forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, Kaluas? Probably pronounced it wrong, but you're on Facebook, Instagram, and your own website. So she does some really amazing cosplays. Like, I love them. I asked her what got her into cosplay. She said a friend of hers encouraged her to try cosplay when she was in college for her master's degree. She knew that she was a creative person and enjoyed it because she's a little bit of a nerd. She used to sew a little bit when she was little, but she said she's not as talented as the cosplayer that fabricate everything themselves. But I think her outfits look amazing. I asked her, why do you love to cosplay? She goes, cosplay is an escape, and I've always loved to play dress up growing up. I would always dye my hair and try new looks, hairstyles. Cosplay takes that a step further and gives you superpowers and an origin story and a fan base, and it's energizing taking all the traits of your favorite cosplayer. And I asked her, what is your favorite cosplay? I think one of mine is, I've always felt more comfortable with, is her Miss Freeze cosplay. I've changed it up a few times throughout time, but she started doing crossplay of Arnold Schwarzenegger's armor from Batman and Robin movie because she loves the puns. And she also loves cosplaying Joy from Inside Out, but it really makes it being exhausting, being Joy all day long. And the yellow can stain your skin a few days. But she has some really, I love that Mrs. Freeze.
Her Freeze costume is awesome.
Yeah,
what she created there was great.
Yeah, even the Princess Leia, I love that one.
Yeah.
That's a unique take for Leia. But again,
that's great.
Out on Facebook, Instagram, and everything. So,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
So
I think that's what it's doing.
Start into the topic. So our topic this week, we decided we were going to talk about Justice League.
Yes.
And Justice League's had so many wonderful animated cartoons, animated movies, live action movies, and even started as Super Friends out in the 70s and late 70s, early 80s. It was Super Friends. Hey there, Ken. How you doing?
Trying to learn how to use this computer, apparently. But outside of that, I'm great.
I'm not able to hear you right now, Ken.
Okay, I'm on computer audio, I think. You can't hear anything I'm saying?
All right, we have a little sound. I can't hear you, Ken. All right. So, Remy, why do you love Justice League?
Oh, man. Oh, Justice League. That was like my real introduction to comic books. Like, of course, I saw the 89 Batman, and that was like, yay, Batman. And then I found that he had the animated show. And then Justice League was like, no, there's more than Batman.
Yeah.
You can like a whole bunch of other people. And that for me was the key. It wasn't the other thing I liked about Justice League. It was more than just like, look, we're superheroes. It was like, we're a collection of people from all over the universe. Yeah. And I feel like that's something human beings can strive for, you know?
And that's a key thing, universe, because we've had aliens as members like Martian Manhunter and so on. Superman, yeah. So who is your favorite Justice League member?
Okay, so I'm not going to say Batman because he is my favorite. and I feel like that's just like a cop-out. I got to follow him up with Green Arrow.
Good one. Green Arrow.
You know, I got to follow him up because, like, I think I like Green Arrow a little bit more sometimes than Batman when I get political, because then I remember that, like, Batman's technically a Republican and Green Arrow is technically a Democrat, so I'm like, I kind of have to like Green Arrow a little more. But, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna try to sign out again and come back in because I think I don't know how to do this thing. I'm trying to recording.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. We'll bring Ken back once he gets everything situated. My favorite Justice League member is kind of tied. Of course, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. When I was a kid, I watched Super Friends. That's what got me into comics and cartoons, was waking up every morning watching Super Friends before school. And Hal Jordan was always it for me. But there was another, can't say person because they were two people, the Wonder Twins. Yes, the Wonder Twins. As weird as it is, I've always loved them. And even their little monkey Gleek. So Zan and Jane and Gleek. So they were the most interesting aliens because they had their superpowers. Jane could turn into anything. And sadly, Zan could only turn into water. He could be beat by a sponge.
Now, you know, I heard a similar joke about Green Lantern, where it was like one Green Lantern was weak to the color yellow, another Green Lantern was weak to wood. Yeah. Therefore, you could beat them both with the number 2 pencil.
Yeah, I remember that one. But I always loved the Wonder Twins. Now,
why was it only water?
I don't know. You know, as much as I loved him, I've never dove deeper into finding out why he could only do water. And I remember they even brought the live-action version onto Smallville when Smallville was on TV. And,
you know, I wish I watched Smallville.
It's on Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu.
I know. I need to.
And if you don't have
to,
I'll give you my Hulu. Hi, Ken. How you doing?
It's showing my desktop background, so I don't know why it's doing that. So I think it thinks I have a green screen, which I don't, obviously. But I am doing great personally.
So that's cool. It looks like it says versus. Who's fighting?
Street Fighter.
Black Panther and Batman.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I approve. Go on.
So who is your favorite Justice League member?
Okay, so I'm going to default. Let me get myself centered more, which normally I've done by now. To go to me. Normally, like Remy, I would say Batman, but I think the most unsung hero of the Justice League would be Martian Manhunter, so I had to go with him.
Martian Manhunter. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. Also, quick note about the actors that voice the Wonder Twins in the 70s cartoon. Michael Bell also voiced a lot of other things he was on 4 hit TV shows, cartoons, from Smurfs. He was Grouchy Smurf, Handy Smurf. In Transformers, he was Autobot Prowl, Sideswipe, and a bunch of other Transformers. In my other favorite, G.I. Joe, he was Duke and Zammot, one of the twins. And he was also Lance and Sven in Voltron, Defenders of the Universe. And the girl, the female voice, everybody would recognize Scarlet from G.I. Joe.
What?
Yeah. So that's why I love a lot of the old 80s cartoons, is seeing who voiced who and how many different cartoons throughout that they voiced.
That was like the first time discovering Mark Hamill did cartoon voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt pretty good.
Yeah, he's still the best Joker.
Yeah, hands down.
There's no other Joker that can be it. So Justice League. So instead of us deep diving all into just Justice League comics, we're going to talk about some of the most important characters that were part of the team one way or another, or is still part of the team. And the first one we're going to start off with is Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And she started off in All-Star Comics number 8. And we all should know her origin story, where Steve Trevor is takes a fighter pilot, he's chasing the Nazi planes, and he crashes into Paradise Island.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they're saying he can't stay there because he's not Amazon. No males are allowed there. Diana joins into the fight to escort Rogers back. So they have a tournament. She wins a tournament that she was not supposed to be in. She wore a mask, everything. She won it. So she went back with Trevor to the U.S. And Wonder Woman's, as a kid growing up, Wonder Woman was my favorite hero. I don't know why. It was after Justice League. I just, like, when the Wonder Woman TV show was on, I remember always watching it, and I always wanted to grow up and be Wonder Woman.
You know, I get that.
It's the beard. It's got to be the beard.
Yeah, it's the beard. The beard makes me want to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that if John heard me say that because he loves Wonder Woman, I would probably have ruined Wonder Woman for him. So
I'm gonna have to get you a Wonder Woman costume for Christmas.
So
Don't forget hilarious.
I will wear it. I will wear it, and I won't shave my legs. Yeah, I'll be Wonder Bro Woman.
Oh, that's great.
But it was funny because I remember when I was a child, I think 5 years old, we lived in upstate New York, and I remember playing with the kids in the neighborhood. Everybody had to be Batman, Superman, and I chose Wonder Woman. I beat up the girls to be Wonder Woman.
Nice, nice.
Something I don't brag about often. But what do y'all think about Wonder Woman?
I think Wonder Woman was always like, she was always the not the motivator in the group. To me, that was Flash, but she was like the ferocity behind the Justice League. Like, she was the one that would always stand back up in the fight, in the face of the fight.
Yeah, she never backed down.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, Batman would always win, but he might take a step back and go around it in like a more circular, sneaky kind of way. Wonder Woman is almost like that Captain America character, that she's going to be the one to stand back up, and when she stands, you get that motivation to stand back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And we've seen Wonder Woman greatly in comics. They just released earlier in the year, a bunch of 75th anniversary, I believe it was, for Wonder Woman comics that just came out. We've seen the original 70s TV show with Linda Carter, which is probably one of the best adaptations, I can't talk tonight, of Wonder Woman. And even in a
red
cartoon,
leather, yellow leather, red leather,
it's
yellow
been
leather.
great. But I actually have the trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, since that's coming out soon. So let's go ahead and show this trailer off real quick.
My life hasn't been what you probably think it has. We all have our struggles.
Have you ever been in love?
A long, long time ago. You?
So many times, yeah. All the time.
Welcome to the future. Life is good, but it can be better. And why shouldn't it be? All you need is to want it. Think about finally having everything you always wanted.
I can save today, but you can save the world.
Steve.
Diana. Now, I take what I want in return. Everyone must see. The world needs you. You know what you need to do.
Nothing good is born from lies. And greatness is not what you think.
art.
That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that movie. I know when she first went to start do Wonder Woman, Linda Carter actually gave her the blessing. And during that DC Universe panel a couple months ago, Linda Carter actually showed up and loves her. She credited her so well for doing Wonder Woman. So
yeah, that was, it's always interesting to see how that's going to happen between like actors and actresses when you take on, like, how's Robert Downey Jr. going to respond to the next person playing Iron Man?
Yeah, because he's done it so long.
Paid for it, he's probably not gonna worry about that.
But Linda Carter is such an iconic actor, and her role is iconic. It takes a lot to fill her shoes.
Yeah, I think they had asked her about being in the first film, and she declined because she's like, "Well, I don't want to overshadow her. It's not my film." So I think I read so much. She was like, "Yeah, if I'm in the film, they're gonna look at me. I don't want that for her." So,
which I highly respect. That
Hulk did it well with Ferrigno, but I don't. It's not the easiest thing to do to put somebody in there in a way that does them justice.
Yeah.
But you got to think though, Ferrigno's always cameo in the film. It's kind of like saying, "Listen, it's the end joke. If you never watched the original Hulk series, you might not catch the end joke. But if you have,
sure.
That's good Ferrigno. Kind of like putting Stanley and everything.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see how, like we were talking why the trailer is going, how Steve Rogers is still alive.
Yeah.
And
Trevor,
not Steve. Trevor.
Yeah,
I called that. I'm like, wait a minute, I said the wrong name. Steve Trevor. How he's still alive. So it's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see, because we've already seen photos of the villain.
Mm-hmm.
I love her outfit.
Yeah.
And
I was shocked at Kirsten Wiig being cast.
Yeah. Because I wasn't a big Wiig fan, but...
Yeah, neither am I.
She's not a bad actress. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not a huge fan of her. But through the trailers, what I've seen, I'm like, okay, this might actually work. I could see that.
But I will say that DC has a really good history of people saying, oh man, I never would have picked that person, and that person blowing it out of the park.
Zachary Levi doing Shazam. Whoever thought him.
I mean, Michael Keaton being Batman, Heath Ledger being Joker. Like every time you're like, oh man, I don't know if they're boom, blow it out of the park. That's why I like Robert Pattinson. I'm like,
comics though. DC's known for the stories, so it's kind of like they're gonna pick whoever's gonna carry those stories strongest.
Yeah.
Whereas Marvel, while we all love the MCU, it's kind of like they're known for that glitz, that glamour, that CGI, and that's what the films. They still pick good actors. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna blow you away with the whole epic view of it. And DC's usually their strength is that, okay, we're gonna give you storylines that are gonna make you vested in the character. We're gonna pick the right actor to portray that.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go to our next actor, the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, one of the founding members again, and I've always loved him. It's his personality, the never give up. He has that will, and that's why he was chosen as a Green Lantern as well. And we all know his story, that he was a fighter pilot. Aben Sur crash landed, died when he landed, and the ring chose Jordan.
It skipped over Guy Gardner and picked Jordan. Go figure.
You prefer Gardner?
Heck no. But I just think it's funny that like the ring had a couple of people who went by and then said, no, we're going with Jordan.
Yeah.
So as they got more into the detail of his origin. So I always thought it was funny. Which I think the film missed, among other things. We talked about that last week, I think.
Yeah, we won't talk about that film. I don't have that trailer.
I was about to say, I bet you won't play the trailer.
I'm not playing the trailer. I didn't want to go too trailer happy this week. That way we could actually focus on the comics and everything this week. Mm-hmm. And there's been other Lanterns that have been in Justice
what Lantern movie? I thought Deadpool set that right.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he did. He fixed it. It does not exist. But Hal Jordan's always been my favorite Lantern. And we've even had John Stewart, a member of Justice League as well.
Uh-huh.
So, and John Stewart's actually probably grown now to be my favorite Lantern more.
Yeah, and you got to think for younger generations, that's really the only Lantern they know.
Yeah. And because for a while we didn't have a popularity of black superheroes. They weren't a big thing in the comics. So to see Jon Stewart come out representing that, being that hero, being the awesome guy he was, the morals and values he had, was great for that, especially for the kids growing up. They could look up to him and everything.
Yeah.
And even the Green Lantern movie,
You gotta go to it.
no, I don't want to talk about it. It's gonna make me cry.
I feel like that David Ramsey on Arrow.
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of got screwed out of that superhero role a little bit. I wanted to see him grow into the Green Lantern. I want to see
And
that.
he would have been Jon Stewart, because we found out his father's name is Stewart, last name Stewart. So we knew where it was going.
At it, but he's not going to be in the series as far as I know.
No.
No.
I'm hoping the HBO series will be good. We'll see if it's done like Flash and everything else. It should be done well. So I have faith in it.
It's going to be fun the way for people to identify the characters. They're all aliens, you know. So while as fans we love Kilowog and some of the other aliens, now okay, well, can we really identify with, you know, space stories that have some humanoids but still a whole bunch of other aliens? It can't be done because others, you know, from Star Trek to Star Wars to everything in between, it's been done correctly at times, but it's like the storylines are really going to have to bring you into it.
Yeah, and we know Hal Jordan's not going to be featured on the show either.
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. I'm like, you're taking away my favorite still, but it's all right. I'm happy it's Jon Stewart.
That's true, so.
Yeah, and I just want the squirrel to show up. I'll be happy. Give me the squirrel. Give me the squirrel with a ring, and I'll be happy. But we've had a bunch of lanterns being Justice League. Now, next one we're going to is the All-American Boy Scout, Superman.
Oh, Supes.
Even if you're not a comic book fan, you know who Superman is. You can't.
80-something years later.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you should know Superman's story.
You know, can we give Superman at least the credit that 80 years later, and he's still at the forefront of popular culture? Yeah. What other character has that?
I don't think there's really any.
You know, people don't give these comic book characters enough credit, but, you know, I mean, even Bugs Bunny was a household name, still not really as popular today. Yeah. Superman, still known.
Popular. He's always been well known.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Superman personally, but I do give him that credit for how long he's been around, for maintaining that. And we've had, from the comics, we've had the cartoons of it. We've had live action from Christopher Reeve. We've had Brandon Roth play him. And
George Reeve, Henry Cavill.
Exactly.
Yeah, this goes on
I think Henry Cavill is Superman. I think that the first time that I saw him standing in the Superman outfit with the little curl, like the moment that curl came, I was like, that's Superman.
Yeah.
That's all right, we found him.
And Henry Cavill's version is great. I loved it. Yes, they messed up in Justice League with the reshoots because of his mustache.
Okay.
That's not his
I had one problem with Man of Steel.
What's your problem?
The movie was too dark. And I'm not talking like mysterious dark. I'm talking like it was After Effect darker. If they brightened the movie, right, just a little more saturation, a little more color, it felt like a Superman movie.
Okay. I could see that, yeah.
Like, seriously, they have it online, too, where somebody's just brightened it and made it more vibrant. And you look at the scenes, you're like, it still has the exact same feeling, but you just have that feeling of hope now. You know, you're like, oh, there's Superman.
So, you know, they try to focus sometimes too much on reality and the grim reality of it, and it doesn't work for every character.
Yeah.
You know, a good actor is going to be as good as the storyline as he has to portray, you know.
Batman works for gritty because he's a human, and we all think humans are dark.
Yeah.
Superman has to be bright because he's not a human. Like, he doesn't have the same problems we have. He doesn't need to be dark.
But it depends who writes the story, though. I mean, you got to remember, I think it was in that one where Pa Kent says, hey, you shouldn't have shown me your powers. And he's like, should I let him die? You know, it's kind of like, so it's kind of like they wanted to go for a darker spin. I think it was unnecessary. And I think I said it before, too, like a couple episodes ago, where like kill Jimmy Olsen. Why the F? I don't know if we can curse on this. Would you kill Jimmy Olsen in a damn film?
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to make like put their stamp on it too much. It's like this, who Superman is, who his supporting cast is. Don't try to go overboard with putting your stamp on it. Just make it a good story.
Yeah, I agree. And his comics, Superman comics, have always been great. Then they did the whole thing of killing off Superman with Doomsday in the 90s. To bring ratings back up, because at one point he wasn't the most popular comic. He was still up there, but it wasn't. You had Spawn at the time taking off, and other comics getting bigger, and at one point comics weren't as popular. So killing him off, then bringing him back was a great idea as well. And without Superman, you can't have Lex Luthor, which was a member of the Justice League at one point as well.
Sure.
So that's another great person we'll have to talk about. I think we said next week where we're going to talk about the villains of them.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good one. And talk about Superman. Before we go into the trailer, who is your favorite actor that played Superman?
Christopher Reeve. Not even a question.
Who?
He likes Cavill. I would say Reeve. Christopher Reeve.
I'm going to say Cavill. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Reeves. He was like the one that gave us, live action Superman.
No, George Reeves was a TV show. Christopher Reeve was is the actor in the movies.
See, I love Christopher Reeve. That's the Superman I grew up with. Don't get me wrong, I love Cavill. Cavill's Superman now. Brandon Roth, that one was okay. It wasn't the best. But we do have the trailer from the original Superman movie for the 35th anniversary trailer, so let's go ahead and play that.
You do not remember me. I am Jor-El. I'm your father. Even though you've been raised as a human being, you are not one of them. You have great powers, only some of which you have discovered.
A man gets older and he thinks very differently, and things get very clear. And there's one thing I do know, son, and that is you are here for a reason.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
We're sitting on top of the story of the century here.
Who are you?
A friend.
You are revealed to the world, but you still must keep your secret identity.
Why?
Your enemies will discover the only way to hurt you by hurting the people you care for.
I don't know who you are. Just a friend from another star.
Is that how a warped brain like yours gets its kicks? By planning the death of innocent people?
No, by causing the death of innocent people.
Mind over muscle. They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way. For this reason, above all, I have sent them you, my only son.
Next time.
Such a good movie. It still stands up to this day as a great movie.
Absolutely.
I still can enjoy watching it. I just don't watch, what was it, Superman 4 Quest for Peace?
Yeah, the one that sucks. Okay, yeah.
But what's funny in Superman 4 Quest for Peace, the one that plays Lex Luthor's nephew is Lex Luthor and Supergirl, and the guy Alan from 2.5 Men.
Oh, really?
I didn't remember that was his nephew.
Yeah.
And, okay.
So
I forgot. I love him from from 2.5 Men, actually.
Yeah.
So I didn't even put that together. That's the same guy from that. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny that he played in Superman, and then he came over and did Lex Luthor, and he's a great Lex Luthor.
That's very cool. Yeah, I would never have thought that once again, we were talking about casting earlier. I would never have thought that he would do Lex Luthor so well.
Yeah. Better than the one we've had in the new movies right now.
Yeah. Oh, you got a problem with him?
I love him in other movies, but not in this one. He's not Lex.
I think they tried to modernize him a little bit too much is what the problem was for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't portray the staunch, I am the man, not you, Lex Luthor.
Yeah. And, ooh, my mouse decided to stop working for a second. So next character we're going to talk about is Aquaman, Arthur Curry. Curry like the food.
Might get tomorrow. Thanks for reminding me.
Curry's so good. But he came out in the first comic he debuted in was More Fun Comics number 73 in 1941.
Okay.
And we've seen several, and there's that one. And we've seen different versions of what Aquaman's look like, too. We've had the long-haired one that we see there that's still blonde. We've had the classic one, short-haired blonde. Now in the movies, we have Jason Momoa, the long-haired, dark-haired one now. But Aquaman's, there's the classic one right there. That's when I remember Justice League, like, why, on Super Friends, why are you part of the team? You can only talk to fish, and most battles are not in the water.
He's going to water the majority of the earth, yeah. But he's strong, too. And again, he's not quite invulnerable, but very resistant to injury. So.
And I think Aquaman was a sleeper character. A lot of people didn't really like him until the new movies came out.
I think
the moment that sorry, Ken, go.
No, I was just saying they had him on Smallville too, and he almost had a spinoff. Matter of fact, the Green Arrow from Smallville was the original Aquaman for the spinoff.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they got the other dude who ended up playing him. So
which now that actor's
they're trying to find that niche for him.
The actor that played him in Smallville is in Teen Titans. He's a character in Titans. Cool. The same actor.
Shoot, okay.
In Titans.
These some of the things I don't catch. Cool.
That's pretty cool. I remember the moment I fell in love with Aquaman was in Flashpoint Paradox, and he like threw this. The guy had a bomb on his stomach, and Aquaman like threw him into the water, and the guy was like, "Do something," and he's just standing there, right? And he's like, "I am." And then when he said what he was doing, I was like, "Wow, that's so lame." And then he said what he was doing, and he was like, "There's a bunch of microbes eating the wiring," and I thought, if he told those microbes to eat you, he could do that.
Yeah.
At that moment, I was like, "Oh, you're terrifying." Okay, I respect you at this point. Continue.
But he's, like I say, he became really popular after Jason Momoa doing them, and now he's
popular with women. Then,
yeah. But you still gotta give Aquaman credit. He's been around for a long time as well. Just even as a side character, not a big name character, he still survived.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. People still know him.
Yeah. Now we're going to go with another one that everybody knows of from Teen Titans. He was created by Marv Wolfman and artist George Perez. Cyborg.
Yep.
Which is another amazing character, amazing storyline that he's always had as well. From being a high school football player that got hurt and everything. And
yeah, I mean, you're supposed to get more elaborated on in the HBO version of Justice League 2. Because apparently they shot a lot of stuff, and I think they're doing a couple of reshoots on his part of it. But he's supposed to be a bigger part of the original film, so we'll see how it turns out.
And he wasn't one of the original founding members of the original Justice League because it was Martian Manhunter. But in a 52 reboot, they took Manhunter out as a leading character that founded it and put Cyborg as a founding member.
Yeah, because,
Cyborg actually has a rare trait associated with, like, I think only the Flash and maybe one other superhero. They were the only superheroes that had powers forced upon them and still chose to be good.
I didn't think about that.
You know, like, Lantern was given a ring to be a police officer, pretty much. Batman has no powers. Superman is Superman, regardless of who he is.
Yeah.
But Flash was forced powers. Cyborg was forced the same thing, and they still chose to be the good guy.
Yeah.
But does it really count a Flash was forced the powers, and Flash is the one who forced the powers on himself, since it was supposed to be him going back in time as the lightning bolt? It's kind of like he forced himself to be a hero.
Kind of. Initially, he didn't do it, right? Like, initially, the first time he got his powers,
originally did it.
That wasn't...
If he didn't become the Flash, he couldn't go back and make himself become the Flash. So, at some point, you have to say, okay, well, what was that first burst of lightning?
Right. But when that first burst of lightning happened, he wasn't thinking, I want powers. He was thinking, I need to do some work, and then got struck by lightning. So his was unknowing.
But he still had that choice to go good or bad at that point.
Yeah, he could have easily been the Reverse Flash, you know?
Yeah. And that's a good point, because you got to think about that. What would the comic be differently if he did go bad? It would
I'm sure they've done that storyline somewhere. I couldn't tell where it is, though.
Be very interesting. But Cyborg...
I know it, though. Oh, yeah, everybody's dying.
Cyborg is another great character. I loved him from Teen Titans is when I really fell in love with Cyborg. Like, you can't go wrong with him. But then let's go ahead and go with Martian Manhunter. John Jones. First appearance was in Detective Comics 225 in November 1955. And it was the Manhunter from Mars. So this was an interesting comic because it was like, what if I was Batman? So it was a story above, what if so-and-so was Batman? What if this was Batman and it happened to be with him? What if Martian Manhunter was Batman? What would happen? So, but John Jones...
I feel like Martian Manhunter is like the peaceful version of Superman.
Yeah.
I guess, he's a pacifist, but he's also one, like, in theory, one of the most powerful people in DC. I mean, like, everybody's like,
I mean, his...
you just do so much.
The fact that he can shapeshift.
Yeah, he shapeshift. He has limited telekinesis. He has telepathy. He can turn intangible. On top of just flying, having his own vision, whatever, I forgot what it's called. I'd say Martian vision.
Just vision.
Stretch. He can do like so many different things. Like, I think it was Superman who said he's potentially one of the most powerful people in DC. Might be Batman. I want to tell you what Superman said it though. It's like, if you really think of everything he can do, he's a smidge less strong, less powerful than Superman.
Yeah.
But if you encompass all those powers and he got to fight with Superman, he could win. And let Superman let a match change everything. But outside of that weakness, that phobia of matches and fire, he can beat everybody.
So I love Martian Manhunter. I've really fell in love with him when he was first introduced on Smallville as well, by the actor Phil Morris. Played him on Smallville.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we see him now as a main character in Supergirl, played by David Harewood. The character also appears in Arrowverse. Director Zack Snyder has revealed that Harry Lennox's character, General Swatnik, was going to be Martian Manhunter in the movies as well.
Oh, really?
We were supposed to have him in the movie.
Oh, I knew he was supposed to be in the movie, but I didn't think it was that same person, though. I remember reading something. Okay.
So, and apparently we're going to see him in the Zack Snyder cut, so I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Yeah, if they make him do something, instead of just being like, well, it's the end joke, it's Martian Manhunter, right? We'll have him change at the end. Yeah. Hopefully they actually give him a storyline. He's actually involved in the action somewhere.
And I love him in not Smallville, but Supergirl, because they've done several episodes that revolved around him, his past, his family, and everything. And that was a great thing to learn more about him.
Yeah. They really developed him as a character, and I like how they did that.
Yeah.
And they made him like a sleeper character to come out towards the end after we already got to know him.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
And you watching it, you just fall in love with that character. You're like, okay, I really dig this character. All the morals he has about doing everything right, and then he has times where he's doubting himself and everything. And it just shows more of a relatable character at that point.
Sure.
But now, I got a special trailer. Before we talk about them all as a team, let's go ahead and play this trailer. Such a great animated series because you just don't have the main characters. They brought like every character that's ever been in it part of an episode at least once. And earlier on Facebook, before we start talking more Justice League, I asked everybody who's your favorite character. Christopher goes, the only true Justice League is Justice League Dark. Our buddy Ed Riordan said he likes Hawkman, Flash, Atom, Green Lantern, and Black Canary, of course. Douglas Abbott said Batman, and Mark Muncy chimed in. He goes, The Question.
Nice. Nice.
So we've seen many other characters like Mira. We've seen Hawkgirl, Kendra Saunders, Green Lantern, John Stewart, Vixen, Adam Strange, Hawkman, Mr. Terrific, Plastic Man, Swamp Thing, Atom, Miss Martian, Firestorm, Green Lantern, Jarro, Starman, World Forger, Overmonitor, and Anti-Monitor as well have been part of Justice League at one time or another.
Monitor?
Yeah, Anti-Monitor. He was in Justice League Volume 4, number 32.
Alrighty, then.
Nice. I've always had a soft spot for Zatanna.
Zatanna, yes.
Mainly because I like the animated series storyline that says that her dad taught Bruce Wayne the art of escape as a magician.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like one of the coolest ideas ever, that a magician taught Batman something he uses on the regular basis.
Yeah. And I love Zatanna because while being a magician, you can't not like her.
Yeah. I mean, she's awesome.
Fun.
Okay, you're just a little bit biased, yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, I'm definitely biased. Like, and I'll admit it flat out. I'm definitely biased on that one. I don't mind.
So Justice League, we've seen Justice League start off like Justice League Society. We've had Justice League of America, the JLA. So there's been many versions of them. And even throughout comics, they've done so many different storylines. Justice League versus Teen Titans, and many other great crossovers as well.
Sure. I mean, like, Justice League, I feel like, is that over-encompassing? Let's just get everybody.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Yes and no. I mean, the animated series, of course, they said, yeah, we want to introduce basically the whole DC universe as part of this team because we want everybody involved. But I mean, for the comics, you got to think about them as being the A team. You know, everybody else is pretty much B team. So it's like, if you get on Justice League, you feel like, no, I graduated. I finally made it. You know, like I just got my doctorate. You know, and everything else is practice. You learn to get there. You know, so yeah, Justice League is like the penultimate team, especially when you think about the core members and not just what they can do, but where they stand in the universe. You know, it's like Wonder Woman is Princess Diana. You know, Superman is worldwide known as being like, I'm that dude. I'm the one you go to for help. You know, Batman, everybody knows don't mess with Batman. He's that bad. You look at him as like he's working with the gods, quote unquote, if you want to. He's still Batman. They fear him, not the other way around. You know,
right.
They're the best.
They're stuck in there with him, to quote Rorschach.
So even with the Justice League, still probably one of the most well-known teams there are.
Easily.
If you think of superhero teams, you think Justice League. I think of them first. Then you think of like Avengers, Fantastic Four,
X-Men, yeah.
But Justice League's still always been the biggest one, just because of, like you said, who's all in it. Batman, Superman, the biggest names of comic books.
Yeah.
That's the team right there.
And even if you don't know Justice League by name, I think people would be like, oh, you know, that team with Superman in it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people would think of Iron Man as, like, you know, or Spider-Man as the Avengers, you know? You're not going to get that. You're going to get... It was the one with Superman and Batman. They were, like, on a team, you know? That's what you'll hear.
Well, the only downside of that, that they'd probably be like, yeah, you know, Superman, Batman, you know, Wonder Woman, she was a Super Friends. Like, hold up, that's not a team name.
Super Friends.
That's close. You almost got it. A for effort.
I still watch.
You know, if you really want to say, everybody was technically on the Justice League because of the end of Justice League Unlimited, right? Where it was Darkseid fused with Brainiac versus everyone. Villains, heroes alike, right? So,
because at that point you got to figure it's my villain. What's the saying go? My villain's villain is the villain.
Oh yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
So
they got to team up with their enemies to beat the bigger, badder enemy.
Yeah.
Right, because I can continue to rob the Earth as long as we still have it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we need that Earth.
So outside of the film, you know, I don't really limit on time, just out of curiosity, which side Justice League team did they hint at in different shows that you think they're gonna try to live up to? Like the Flash had it a little bit after the Crisis. Like I said, I was teasing about Smallville having their version of Justice League. Which one do you think they actually tried to get it and came close at all?
See, the Flash ruined it now because they got rid of Arrow and they got Supergirl's canceled. We got one season left.
Yeah.
But we are getting Superman and Lois, so they'll stick around.
Yeah.
That's hard. I think Smallville kind of had it good at one point because they did have a lot of the characters on there, and they had the whole season where it was everybody.
Yeah.
But you just didn't have Superman able to fly yet.
He can jump far though.
Yeah. Now in Stargirl, we've seen the JLA though.
JSA,
yeah. So we've seen them. So that I love those flashbacks of that.
Yeah.
And Stargirl, I need to catch back up on that. I love that show. It's really good. And I'm hoping to see more of it. I want to see a crossover with them and Arrow now. Not Arrow, but Flash.
Yeah.
I think Flash captured the idea of the Justice League in the sense that I never felt like it was supposed to be like, guys, we're all joining the Justice League as Super Friends. I felt it was like, this is our meeting spot for if something big happens again. You know, like, to me, the Justice League is supposed to be a passive role.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be in your city doing your thing, and in case something worldwide happens, that's when you get
together and team up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Flash set that up really nicely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And just seeing that table and everybody's chair there with their names on it and everything, it's like, oh.
Yeah. They knew it was going to be a moment, though. Like, they knew that would give you exactly those feels right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those feels. I was like, oh, hey. Childhood.
I just want Wonder Twins to come back, and I'll be happy. Give me my Wonder Twins. I want my Wonder Twin powers activated.
I want my bucket of water.
I want
ice cubes.
I want my monkey. I want Gleek. Because in Smallville, we had the Wonder Twins, but we didn't have the monkey. The only form of the monkey we had, her cell phone cover was the picture of the monkey. And when it rang, it did his noise. That's all we got. I'm like, I want Gleek. I love the monkey. Give me my monkey and I'll be happy.
No, they don't spank the monkey. I guess it's okay.
So we actually had some B-rated movies to show, but
as usual, we ran out of time.
Ran out of time.
I'm happy to run out of time. We're doing good. We got a lot to say.
Yeah, I believe me, I don't complain. If we can't get to that, I can push them for another week because we can.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love B movies? You know, like
Yes.
you gotta have them always in the background.
So maybe next week we'll start off with those this time. That way let's start off with those next week. So we only got like 30 seconds left. Thank you both for, again, coming on the show. Definitely, it's been great. Always enjoy having both on the show. And anytime you're ever in town, please come to the studio.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And then again, everybody can follow us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can find us everywhere and email us at home, comicbook101tv.com, info comicbook101tv.com. We'll see y'all next week.